Hey guys, this is SF and welcome to Random Talk Sundays. This week I'm just going to be farming candies from Herald of Death. And in terms of my candy count, it is a Friday and I'm at 1,500. So I'll probably finish by the end of Friday because this is the second section of the 3 and then I still have the candy store left to do. So by the time this is up, I'll probably be finished. So let's host. I am going to bring my ult just for more max luck. And in terms of the style, I go with Herald or any of the other candy and the candy store thing is I just stall for the most part. There are some things I don't do in terms of stalling is one, I don't stall by skipping turns. I kind of did that in the first candy store video, but in the candy store video that I did, but that was like kind of like just like explanation. And you can do that if you want to, but for me, it's just really not that time efficient. Even though stalling is not really that time efficient either. But another thing I don't do is just stall until a candy shows up. So I only stall when the candy actually shows up. I don't stall until something shows up. I think that's a waste of time as well. And I also keep track for the most part of how much I already gotten. Probably I won't do it for this time because I can't focus that much. But let's see, there are no hearts so far, so I'm just gonna go ram for the clear. Okay. See, this is one of the bad examples, but it's usually the first time you can install a bit as well for candies if they actually showed up. Okay, here's a candy. Let's stall. Okay, that's fine. Although that killed the homing absorber as well. But it's fine. And we're gonna let that gas mask dude to put up some minions for me. And let's throw out the gas mask dude. It is getting a little sketchy. And let's go left and right with Daigoku, and then the heart will go into the candy will go into 3. But anyways, like sorry, I forgot. I remembered. Sorry I didn't have a random talk video last week. One reason is that I did upload it, but then it somehow got wrecked. Like it just canceled the upload, and then I didn't schedule on time. And then it's like, should I? And I was like, nah. And I didn't really talk that much in there, and because I was kind of that week was basically like an off week for the most part. Like there wasn't much going on. Like they did announce like the new series I think during that week, but it wasn't that big of a deal. So I kind of like just didn't bother to re-upload it, and I didn't really talk much really. Oh, I got the heart, but that's one of the reasons, and that was basically why there wasn't a random talk video. I kind of noticed it yesterday when I was just looking at my account, and I was just like, how come it wasn't there? And the video and the thing I was doing in the actual video, like in terms of gameplay, was just me bringing clips to berry farming, and there wasn't that much excitement there, so I kind of like just skipped on it. But this week, holy crap, I'm so swamped on this week just because of Monster Strike. This is like, it's been a while since NA and JP has something that I have to do in both. Like usually I can end JP in like a few days, and then I'll have time for NA in the other days during the week, but this week was impossible just because this was up, and then in JP there was a Dream Shot Hatcher that I just finished like yesterday on like Thursday or Wednesday, and then Thursday and Wednesday, and then there's a new series. I haven't finished that yet, so I have to finish that as well. I'm only missing Giga Fighter and Kyoto Genji. They should be done when I actually have the chance to, when they're actually up. And then today I'll be finished with this. So after today or tomorrow I'll be finished with like all the NA and JP stuff. Until next week, Next week will be NA. There's NA. This event still goes on for another week for players, and then JP. There is a Halloween thing that's near the end of next week. I don't think it'll be up like right after next week because the Dream Show goes on till next to the end of next week, pretty much the same time as the for this Jack event. And then what else is there? And then the new series also goes on for about then until the Legend series that's coming up. And the Legend series, there is a Halloween theme to it, but it's just like reskins. And people didn't really like reskins because like it's nothing different. It's not like an alpha like the Beethoven, Ibaraki Doji, and oh my god, the bounce. That was sad. And Snowball thing, so that's why some people don't really like it because the stats didn't really change. And the reskins were Kushalin, Sinbad, and the Apollos. And I think I have in JP I have the Sinbad, I have Sinbad, I have Kushalin, and Apollo X. I don't think I have Apollo like normal Apollo. So that's one thing. I just hope that you don't have to roll for it. I really hope that you don't have to roll for it. Because, you know, that would be really sad. And there are two new extremes. One is Halloween version of Lilith, and the other one is Shenguan Bao. Shenguan Bao is a little recent, but Lilith is the same. It's like not the same as in like Lilith. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Lilith is, and I think they have their element switch. So and they're totally different names. They're not like there's no like X or Alpha or anything. Not even for the Halloween reskins, but they did say that. What you call it? They did say that you can raise luck from the Hatcher monsters. So like Sinbad, Kushalin, Apollo, actually you can raise them for like with the original. So I'm pretty sure you can. You don't have to roll for it, but there's no like 100% like you don't have to roll for it confirmation. And I don't know why I'm lagging so much on my account, but doesn't really matter that much. It does screw off with time clears and stuff like that. That's why I don't really co-op that much. But you know, get better Wi-Fi. But I don't know. I think it's my phone's problem because both my devices are using the same Wi-Fi, and one is lagging and the other one's not. So I don't think it's a Wi-Fi problem. It's a device problem. But anyways, so I hope that I can get the reskins by just like ascending them and stuff like that. The only really sad part is that Sinbad is the Ascension Sinbad and not the Evolution Sinbad. So I kind of put my Sinbad as Evolve for the most part, and I'm liking. And keep my Evolve for the most part just because I need it for like the 20 for tower floors. So 36 floor, 36, 26 are the main ones that you use him in, and he's really good for it. That's why I keep him there. I don't use the ascended form. So I'm kind of sad. I really want the reskin. I guess I can just keep the materials, but keeping the materials it's kind of a drag as well. But Kushalin, I have 2 in Evolve, so I might just make 2 of them into the Halloween version, and then Apollo X, I have Apollo X. I don't have normal Apollo. And then I'm probably gonna max luck Halloween Lilith and Shen as well. They should be different dungeons. And my alt left. And my alt died. Yay. So I'm just gonna play like this for now. Technically my alt has fewer candies because of some of the solo runs I do, but during the videos and stuff like that. Okay, there we go. But people don't really like the Halloween event for JP just because it's not like really big. Like, and all the stats and abilities are the same for the reskins, so it's nothing that creative or new. It's just kind of like a lip service to just having a Halloween thing, unlike summer where it didn't have anything. That was kind of sad. And let's try to clear this. Actually, I'm not gonna stretch out. But I kind of want to clear this as fast as I can, so my ult can come and grab candies as well. Of course, candies only count once you finish the dungeon, and not when you end the dungeon, and not when you actually got it. But next week in JP, there's also the Transcensions of Teeny and Lucifer, so that's gonna be exciting. Stats already out. So Teeny is flight, no damage wall, the same abilities. Strike shot's the same, and then bump combo got bumped up to homing pierce destruction 8, and then homing piercer 8. And people hate Teeny just because, well, one, art, he looks like WTF. Pretty sure everybody can relate how really random. Some people might like it because he's so sparkly, looks so fabulous, but most people just hate it in general because of the art. And then another thing is he's not really OP, so the main use for Teeny is probably farming, in terms of just extreme farming. He's basically a wood version of Alice in terms of farming, because Teeny has the same bump combos as Alice. And I forgot the sub, I think it's light dark, it's green dark for Teeny, so there's going to be green for homing pure destruction, and then dark is, what's dark, and dark is homing piercer 8. So, and for Alice is homing piercer pure destruction is on the dark, and then the fire is homing piercer 8. So it's kind of like a flip, like Teeny, you won't be bringing him to like at fire dungeons, but you can still bring him to any other element, and then he can do somewhat okay in terms of just stacking like 3 or 4 Teenies, and then you can just run dungeons with it, run through dungeons. And pretty sure, and another thing why Alice was really good was because of Hakua, but I don't think Teeny will be super great in Hakua, just because you can't heal yourself. Because Hakua, you need to keep up your HP or else you're gonna die. But Teeny does have crazy speed. He has 520 after pluses, so that's really strong. I think it's the fastest. Like Avalon, the other two that's over 500 is Avalon and then Dante, in my opinion. So that's something. And somehow, well, whatever. We'll just leave it like this for now. And it's not very much about the dungeon, it's more about me talking. See, co-op curse. I think I've mentioned my co-op curse a lot of times. And of course, one part of my co-op curse is that I lag a lot. So that's why people hate me. And of course, I die when I play with my friends, but when my friends play with themselves, they don't die. Even if it's the same dungeon with the same monsters, somehow they don't die when they don't play with me, and they die when I play with them. So there's that. And then second transcension for this week is Lucifer. Lucifer has 4 Slayers, and they're all Slayer M's, so it's times 2 damage. And it is going to be on the base ability is Deity and Fiend, so the Ascension of Ascension for what's his name for Lucifer. And then gauge is going to be Demon and Sprite, so kind of awkward in the base, but for now his main prediction for his main use is Eden. So he slays every single monster except for the Thunderbirds in Eden, and he's also a pure Dark monster, so very strong, although he is a power type, and that's what worries some people. So he slays the tree, which is a sprite, slays the angels, which is also a sprite, and then slays the Titans, which is a deity, and then it slays Eden himself, which is a demon. So very, very strong. And I got DC. Great. I guess I should change to my data and screw my Wi-Fi. And that should be a little bit better, although turn by turn is going to be a little bit longer. And then strike shot is 8 turns. 8 turns for the first gear, and that will be 8 turns for the first gear and 4 turns for the plus 4 for the second gear. And it's going to be an all no strike shot, so he's not like totally useless because he doesn't have a null ability. He can basically move around really well every other turn, so that's really good. But you know, he doesn't have a normal null ability, which people didn't really like. And then he has bomb combo is poison spread destruction. I forgot, XL3 or something like that. I don't remember who else has it. There was one other monster that has it in terms of homing pierce destruction, poison homing, not poison, poison spread destruction. And the sub bomb combo is going to be a defense up, so not bad. Not bad. I guess you can make him work in 22nd floor, especially with the defense up. And then 25th floor from the poison. And then what else? There's probably a lot that he slays at 20 and 29th, no, not 29th, at 34th floor. That's another one. Well, it's mostly the main focus for him right now is Eden. See how well he works in Eden. And I'm pretty sure he'll do really well, but is he like really OP? Because like recently there are a ton of Eden monsters that came up. So Aegis started it all with his Light Slayer and then the No Warp. Next was Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha has the short spread that is really strong. And then there is, next one was Van Gogh, which is, what was Van Gogh's strike shot? Like Cha-Cha has the reveal weak point strike shot. I don't remember what's Cha-Cha's, what's Van Gogh's strike shot. And then there's Dante. Dante, I think Dante is like the last straw of what the JP devs are planning in terms of Eden monsters, because basically the only non-dark monster you will want to have in Eden is Gabriel, and mostly because of the chain lightning. It can pierce through to the weak points of people, and then he also has Slayer, which is really good. But and he can turn she can turn pierce for I think 2 times if you stall well enough throughout the dungeon. But Dente, the evolved form, is basically the combination of a dark monster with Gabrielle in terms of Eden, in terms of her purpose in Eden. So Dante has chain lightning as well. Although it's not as strong as Gabrielle's herself, it still does more than enough, in my opinion. He is also a Pierce. I think it's a she. Dante's a she. She's also a Pierce, which is really strong. She has over 500 speed, so you can get a lot of swipes through the weak points or go through monsters very well. Then she has a Meteor Strike Shot. Meteor Strike Shot's really good in just Meteor Strike Shot's just generally good in clearing the mobs, especially like last stage or any stage really when you want to clear off, because once you hit the trigger for Eden, you'll summon mobs, and then like either Thunderbirds or the trees, and you want to clear them off as fast as you can, and that's going to be really good. And I've heard that Dante's lightning is the best out of dark monsters. I think it's about 800k. for the lightning itself, so that's really strong as well. Okay, need to grab those candy up top before I clear off the Diablo. Okay. My turn. There we go. 1, 2. I really want to finish this, so weekend. So weekend I don't have much. Weekends I don't have much to do on the weekend. It's going to be probably me doing nothing basically. I already took the Impossible Monday quest already, and then I'm gonna do Monster of the Week after. I'm still thinking of which one I should do. I guess I'll do Nightingale. I think I already did Nightingale if you already seen it, but probably do Nightingale and bring it to somewhere. That's another question, like just bring it to where. And it's gonna be the what you call it, the Ascendant form of Nightingale. I'm not gonna bring the Evolved form. And people, for people that have seen me write stuff about Nightingale, I didn't really post it like publicly, but there are some people that are in my line groups and stuff like that. When I can read some of my stuff when I talk about Nightingale. So Nightingale Evolved form has the decrease the defense and the attack and the rage and counter of monsters. One thing that you have to be careful of is that I did say that she's going to be really good for the 22nd floor because of the very reason of it reducing rage. The bad part is that people have tested it, and even if you hit Bahamut on the first turn with her strike shot, he will still get enraged, which is BS. So 22nd is not so Evolved form of Nightingale is not good for the 22nd floor, just because you can't strike shot and basically free strike shot it. So that's BS. That is major BS. And I think I only have time for one dungeon. One Herald dungeon, because the other two basically... Well, basically I stall a lot. Like I said, I'm more about stalling. And for Herald of Death, because I don't want more Heralds of the Death. And the amount of candies I get is about 180 if I really focus, like 180 per 2 hours. So it's not bad. And then 180 per 2 hours. And then the candy store is 400 in 1 hour. So there's that. So that's how much I farmed. And I'm at 150. I think I farmed like 2 sessions of candy store, and then the rest were all Heralds of Death. But either way, like if you average 150 per day, or if you just play the candy store once, like just play like half hour, if you really know how to farm, then you'll be able to get to that 200 benchmark. And if you don't care about the title, then you can just, because the title is 1,000 more than what you actually need to max luck all the jacks. So even 1,000, you only need like less than 30 minutes. You only need to play like 30 minutes. So there's that. And you can just farm Herald of Death, like play 1 dungeon per session, and then you'll be able to get enough for max luck. Or you can just, if you're just going for the max luck jacks. And talking about jacks is Taiwan got this part, like got the jacks as well, and I was super happy because they couldn't get Chainbound Jack. So what the dungeon is different from ours, just because so they have Bootstrap Jack, but the way they get Bootstrap is not by collecting. Well, actually, there's parts where you have to collect candies, but they basically combine the Halloween alphas with these monsters. So basically, you get Bootstrap by like clearing like Van Prowler like 5 times or something like that. And Oops, wrong count. And you get like this many bootstrap jacks, and then you have to clear like this dungeon a couple of times, and then there's some way you have to collect candies. I think the max is like 300 for them, so it's not that bad. So there's that, but they couldn't get Chainbound Jack. They can get Rip and Reaper, which is the Ascension. So it's basically Bootstrap, Stingy Jack for the base form. This is what you get, and then it evolves to Bootstrap Jack, and then you can get the Ascend form of Stingy Jack, which is going to be Rip and Reaper Jack. So there's no Hero of the Death Dungeon, and there's also no Chainbound Jack as the final final main boss thing, as the final like goal. So jokes on them, screw them. So this is one of the events where NA actually won, even though it's not that great of a win in my opinion, but it's still a win, so that's all good. But of course there's like next week there's going to be for NA, there's going to be Dead Rabbits. I'll talk about Dead Rabbits later on, I guess. And then Lindsay and Mundus is also going to be around next week, I think, at the end of October. So people are looking forward to that. But I'll probably leave that till next week, or you can watch my blog for analysis and stuff like that. Dead Rapids is not bad, but I don't think it's gonna be worth rolling the Green Hatcher unless you really want other wood monsters. But we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna end it here. That's how short this thing is, and hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.